What up, it's your boy Dvrth back at it again with another video, and today we're here with Stone Ocean episode 29. Last episode we were introduced to, what's his name? It was cool as fuck. It was a really cool name. Versus. We were introduced to Versus. I think we can say this is like the last son of Dio, but his ability, his stand ability is actually really cool. It seems to like excavate memories from certain spots and stuff like that, and with that power we basically trapped Jolene and Hermes in a plane which is destined to crash, which we talked about in the last discussion. I don't know how you get out of this. It's a plane crash, right? It's a plane crash, so I don't know how you get out of this. I have been racking my brain trying to figure out how the fuck you get out of a plane crash. And I couldn't think of anything cohesive. like I had some crazy thoughts. I was like, man, shit, what if you just like it was just stupid shit. But yeah, I've got stuck in a plane, got trapped in a plane, destined to crash. It was really cool. Had a lot of horror elements in it, and everything was just really cool to just watch. I think that's about it. Poochie seems to be really afraid that Weather Report will show up. We had some conversations about that as well. Some discussion about that. Weather Report seems to be like a linchpin in a lot of ways. I won't rehash it, but Weather Report seems to be way more important than the show leads on to be, and not just because like, oh, it's Poochie's little brother, or like it, however, or is he Poochie's older brother, something like that. But he seems like Poochie reacts to Weather Report as if I would react to somebody with a fucking AR-15, like, hey, what you doing? Why are you here? You know, it's like this fear that is like in the back of his. He's like, oh God, please don't let Weather Report be around. So really interesting stuff. I guess we'll find out how the fuck they get themselves out of this in the episode. So if you haven't already, subscribe, like, comment, all the other stuff. If you're just a lurker, I appreciate you too. If you have any requests, whether it be more Stone Ocean or something totally different, the best place in that in is always my social media. Link's going to be in the description below. And if you want to get these episodes early or the full length reaction to these episodes, you can subscribe to my Patreon. Link's going to be in the description for that as well. We also have Discord if you want to join that and just talk more anime, or suggest more anime, something like that. I don't know. The Discord has a bunch of functions. So with all that being said, let's get our headphones, make sure they're on. Them bitches is on, and let's just get into it. It's like, in a lot of ways, I think we talked about this. I think I talked about it before, and like, was it not last episode, but an episode or two ago, where I was like, if I was in a plane crash, I would always hope that I could find a way to offset the damage. Oh shit! What's up, pussy boy? You see what I'm about? Just jump out. Yeah, cool. That works too. Oh, fuck. Oh, this is not good. Oh. Bro, you are cooking him, and I think he's very annoyed by that. Does it look like I'm losing? And in all reality, he's right. Who does it look like he's losing? Because it don't look like he's losing. It's just that since Poochie's like, yo, I know what she's capable of, you might lose. And in other ways, yeah, it's not impossible. So yeah, you might lose. Now, how you lose, I have no fucking clue. Unless they can switch themselves over to, either they could jump out and switch themselves over to a moment, or like a memory where it doesn't end in disaster. Who the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Who the fuck knows? But I don't see how you do it. There's also the thing that like we don't know who. I don't. Did it say that everybody died on this plane? Now think about it. I don't think it said if everybody did everybody die on this plane. Because if not everybody died on the plane, maybe you can like scoot yourself into the seat of the guy that didn't die. You're like, if I stay right here, I won't die either. It's like, hey, bro, scooch over real quick. Damn. Ooh, schmink. They smell very nice. Damn, what do you do? Said, bitch, yo, them shoes too big. Jail. You not drip down? Prison. Really? Over some shoes? It fell from the sky. Oh, shit. Oh, okay. And they just... That sucks. Dog! Your life sucks! Holy fuck. Bro. My bizarre life. I can throw you in that plane. Oh my god. But you keep digging down his fucking throat about shit. Yeah. Fuck is that? Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Does he have a fucking disc on him at this moment? He has a disc. Oh my god. Oh. How do I eject? My nigga, he would object too. He would eject too, my nigga. Oh, okay, he don't give a fuck. Okay, facts. Oh, shit. See, this makes it so much more complicated because now it's 2 plane crashes. What? How the fuck did you call him with that? Oh, fuck. And they want to... Bitch, where'd you get a fucking... Huh? Oh! Go to them niggas, 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 go to them niggas. Yes! 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 It was such a stupid idea, but it was such a JoJo idea. He's cooking this nigga. Holy fuck, he's cooking this nigga, bro. Okay, where? Just go. Fuck, but you have to move them. Fuck, I don't think they can be moved. Oh shit. What the fuck? How do you stop that? Go. Get in them seats. Okay. I don't know how you got an internet connection out there in the middle of the street, but go ahead. Okay. Just hope that there's nobody in that bitch. There are people in it. Fuck. Come move, bitch. Skedaddle. They're still gonna be in that. They're still gonna be in the seat, aren't they? Oh, they know. Who the fuck is this? What the fuck? What? What is going on? Oh. Oh my god. He's taking people from the hospital. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. I don't know what to say anymore. You're fucked. Oh my god. Put the kids in your lap. Fuck it. Just put the kid. Well, I don't know if that'll save him. Oh. Use your stand somehow. I don't know. Oh fuck, you got stands. Use them. All right, this is gonna sound gross. Can you get inside the kids? That sounds horrible. That sounds horrible. Oh my god! Dog, no way. Not inside the kids, inside the passenger. Leave it to JoJo to never truly stop surprising me. Yes, yeah, that's how you do it. Get inside the old man. Jesus Christ. what a crazy. No, they probably just did it like the nesting dolls. Like that's like immediately if I saw somebody else get inside somebody else, I'm just like, well, fuck it. I'm gonna see how I can do that. Oh, that's how she turned herself into string. Oh my god, bro, this fucking fight is great. Holy fuck, this fight is great. Fucking smart. Yep, nesting dolls. Yep, that's so fucking smart. Holy fuck. Oh shit. Listen, bud, you ain't a combat stand. Bitch. Oh, he piecing his shit up. Damn. Bring that ass here, Father Poochie. You know what it is. Crazy. I love how this entire thing had just been like, whose fate is stronger? How's he get it? Oh my god, no. Holy fuck. Oh my god. What? What the fuck? What more is he other than... His ability is stronger than... His ability is stronger than what we originally thought. Oh shit. He's starting to remember. He threw the fucking... Oh my god. Rainbows. The rainbows. The heavy fort? What? Heavy fort? He said heavy weather, but... Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit, it's over. What the fuck does his power do? What does that shit do? I already thought that this nigga was the strongest stand user that we had seen. And his power is... What the fuck? What the fuck is going on? 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 Oh my god, yes, I would have watched the credits. Oh, fuck fuck is going? We have to get backstory now. Oh my god, nigga, that was a fucking banger. His power is stronger than what I originally thought it. Nigga, how does his power get strong? I need to know. How the fuck does it? How does somebody that controls the weather? That's like if you said, "Hey, bro, you know that Storm, you know she powerful as fuck, but you know that's just her holding herself back for real. Like there's more. Like what the fuck? How does Atmos Kinesis get stronger than it already is? It's already one of the strongest powers that you could have, like just in general. But nigga, stronger? What the fuck? Oh, I might have to watch the next episode now. Oh my god, I might have to break my own rule of watching these once a week. I might have to watch this next episode ASAP, no Ferg. Holy fuck. I can't wait a week. No, I can't. I can't wait a week. No, I can't do it. I can't do it. Holy fuck. How am I gonna oh my god. Okay, yeah. I ain't no fucking way. Ain't no fucking way. Oh my god. Bro, that was a slapper whapper of an episode. Holy shit. That was really fucking good. Okay, let's slow it down. Let's slow it down. First off, Versus, really like Versus. As of like last episode, I just really liked his name. like I liked his name, and I kind of liked his stand ability. It was all like pretty cool. But what I really like about Versus in this episode, what like bumped him up a spot as a character for me, this episode was the amount of autonomy that Versus retained in this episode, right? Every like the Sons of Dio before Versus were kind of just okay with being a stepping stone. They were like, oh well, like with the, I don't know his name, I don't know the first guy's name because he's ugly and nobody cares. Sounds horrible, but I don't remember the first guy's name. But that guy, he was just kind of doing it because he was like, man, shit, fuck, bro. I'm on a private jet, or I'm on this fucking nice ass plane, like first class or some shit. I'm listening to music. My stand is out there working. You know, it's cool. Life's good. Life's good now. Life wasn't good. I was robbing niggas before, but life is good now. And, you know, he was just going with the flow. You know, he was doing what you would expect of a flunky of the main villain to do. He was just doing it, you know what I'm saying? So here's the thing with that guy, first guy, I don't remember what his name was, and I don't care to remember his name, but somebody said in one of the episodes, he was like, yeah, I think he got more of Dario's genes, Dario Brando's genes. It's like, yeah, that makes sense. That's why he's ugly as fuck, and you know, nobody likes him. You know, so it may, you know, that makes sense, right? But the second son of Dio, Rikiel, had more of a sense of purpose. He had a sense of like fate, right? Like he understood fate to a degree, or he understood it well enough to know that, like, his place in it, right? And with everything that Rikiel was talking about, I think the same commenter said, like, he was more of like a Jonathan. He was more, he had more Joestar than like Brando, right? Like he was on the wrong side. Well, I wouldn't say the wrong side. He was on the opposite side of our protagonist. So he wasn't on our team, but he was more Joestar than Brando. He's more Joestar than Brando, right? Still a little bit of Brando in him, but he's more Joestar than Brando. Versus, however, is way different. Versus did not get Dario's genes. Versus did not get Jonathan, George, or what's his name, Joseph's genes. You know, he didn't get any of that. Versus got Dio's. Versus did not care about anything but his happiness. Versus is cool to me because he was so different from the other brothers, because I don't want to say he was self-absorbed, but he was more for himself. He was a lot more selfish than the other brothers, right? Like, he didn't even care that Poochie was like, you know, telling him what to do. He was like, dog, I got it won. You don't even gotta worry about what I'm doing over here. Like, worry about yourself before you worry about me, because I got it handled, right? And that is something that I only expect out of Dio. You know, where this cockiness, this overconfidence of like, worry about yourself before you worry about me, because I already got it, right? Even though Netherworld, or is that just the localization? Is it Netherworld, or is like the real name of the stand like Underworld or something like that? I don't know, but I'll call it Netherworld until somebody corrects me. You know, even though Netherworld wasn't as strong, in a lot of ways at least, wasn't as strong as the world, he still had absolute confidence in it. Like, he was like, Netherworld is just impossible to get past. It is invincible. There's no way that you defeat Netherworld, right? And it reminded me so much of how Dio was with the world. Like, he was like, bro, who's stopping the world? And unfortunately, he got the answer. It was just the world again. But it was so Dio-esque the way that Versus handled just life in general, right? But mostly in this episode, Father Poochie, where even when somebody technically is his superior, he was like, bro, stop backseat gaming, my nigga. I got this. And it was so cathartic to see a villain have this autonomy outside of the big picture villain, you know, the main big picture villain, right? Where I'm used to seeing, and JoJo does this quite a bit, where the villains have more autonomy than you expect from like more like other villains, right? Most villains are kind of like a slave to their ideologies or their plans or whatever, right? Whereas JoJo villains are just like, I'm doing this because I want to, right? Or like, I'm doing this because I feel like I have to. Like, JoJo villains usually feel like they are doing things because that is what would make them happy, or that's how they want their life to go. It's never really like a huge big plan or anything like that. It's more of just like, this is what I want to do, right? And in a show that relies, or not relies, but like in a show that has fate in the forefront more than any other show that I've seen, for a villain to not be a slave to his own ideals or you know, machinations or just plans in general, you know, it shows you how important that person is, because fate in a lot of ways is the antithesis of, hey, I'm doing this because I want to, right? It is the exact antithesis of that. But this villain specifically Versus was like, I have a right to be happy, and if my fate says that I die, I refuse. You know, and it's just so Dio Brando. It's so on Brando for him to say, yeah, bro, somebody come shoot me for making that joke. Oh, fuck, that's so stupid. uh I understand if you unsubscribed after that. But it's so like him for him for it's so like Dio for Versus to be angry when Father Pucci is like, hey man, you know what you should have did was this, or she got them hands from jail, so she gonna know how to fight dirty, and you ain't really was ready for that. Like, yeah, that's fucking annoying. And I like to see this breakaway from the main villain for Versus to be like, dude, shut up, bro. Like, let me do me. Watch me do me, nigga. It's cool. Just really like him. Versus just, upped. That was so cool. That was just so cool. And I like that the whole thing with the Sons of Dio almost not explains, but I like that the whole thing with the Sons of Dio kind of is almost a commentary on how confusing it is to know whether Dio is a Brando or a Joestar or a mix of both. It's like with the Sons of Dio, you got all of that, right? It's like, yeah, we understand it's a little confusing. Like, he's Dio Brando, but he has the body of Jonathan, or he's the body of Jonathan, so technically he's a Joestar. But then, you know what I'm saying? Like, then technically he could be both. But then, it's been so long that maybe the fucking Jonathan genes merged with the Dio genes and made something else, or in the Sons of Dio are kind of like, yeah, this is this part of Dio. This is obviously a Joestar, and this is this part of Dio, right? Like, so it's really cool. I wasn't sure at first about having like Sons of Dio, Sons of Dio showing up again, which in a lot of ways it made sense for there to be more of them, but I just really like the way that they handled these three characters, especially since Dio is such a huge figure in the show, that to the point that he died and he still is around. They handle these characters with a lot of care. At least it seems like they handle them with a lot of care. But also the fight in general, it's one of the, I think we talked about this before in this episode or in the show, but there's some fights, like, even though even for an anime only like myself, I can't tell when a fight is adapted badly. I'm just kind of like along for it. I'm like, oh, this is so great, this is cool. And then like you may have like manga readers who are like, I don't know, because the manga fight went harder. But for fights like this, there's a certain factor about them that makes you feel, even as an anime only go, feel like, oh shit, this fight seems like it was adapted really well. Like, once again, if you've read the manga and you're like, nah, that shit was way harder in the manga, okay, cool. Like, let me know. But and maybe after I finish after I finish Stone Ocean, I might go back and actually read the JoJo manga. At least I'll probably read Stone Ocean just to see how it was adapted. But this fight was just really fucking cool. I like that the answer to the problem was the most JoJo answer that I could now granted, I was like, shit. I'm not repeating that sentence, but I was like, yeah, the kids. but no, that it's such a JoJo answer. I love that is how that's how they got out of it, because the answers I was coming up with, after the last episode, I was like, man, shit, you could jump out for real, but like you would die. And yeah, you got a JoJo answer to how you got out of a JoJo situation. Really like that. the whole thing of like creating nesting dolls of the people that actually survived, and thus like you know, securing your survival in the actual crash. So that was just really cool. But I guess we should like kind of get into the nitty gritty of this, which I don't know how much I have to say about this, but dear God, we gotta talk about it. Fucking weather report is a lot stronger than I originally thought, which is crazy because I was already of the mind that, oh yeah, Weather Report is probably the strongest stand that we've seen outside of like the reality bending ones, you know, like, oh yeah, I stop time, or I just don't give the stand my consent and it doesn't happen. like that's like, yeah, outside of those stands, Weather Report was like probably the strongest stand that I had seen. But for the show to then say, hey, by the way, his stand doesn't work like that. He's using the nerfed version of his stand. Oh my God. Fuck. He's been using the nerfed version of his stand. The version that made it rain frogs, in which we explained before, like I think now I can like safely say he was just taking frogs from, or at least I would, once again, I hope that's what he was doing. He was just taking frogs from somewhere very far away and just making it rain frogs, or he was making the rain frogs. But I think it's safe to say he was just taking them from somewhere very far away and then raining it down. Point being, that version, the version that created an apocalyptic biblical nightmare, is the nerfed version. That's not how his power actually works. Which now makes a lot of sense why what's his name? Poochie was so like afraid of Weather Report. Not because, well, I still feel like he's afraid of Weather Report because like he feels as though his Weather Report's polarity in fate is like a very opposite version to his, and that's why like I said, like I feel like Poochie and Weather Report are like yin and yang. Poochie doesn't want there to be a yang. He wants there to only be yin, so he can create his new world, because with yin and yang you can't actually, like, you can't make something new, you just make a cycle of the same thing that humanity and life itself has known for as long as it's existed. So you only need that yang part. So it makes sense why Poochie was so afraid of him, because his gravitational pull is like a reversed polarity for Poochie. If they come together, which in a lot of ways it doesn't even, like, now that I see that fuck, what's his fucking name, Versus pulled out a disc and just like threw it to Poochie. He was like, here, nigga, you know, I know Weather Report down there somewhere, and just threw it. Now it makes me think that you don't even per se need Weather Report. It's just his memories, which are also very tied to fade and stuff like that you need, right? Like it's his memories and his stand ability that is actually fucking shit up, right? Because that's kind of how people are, that's what people are comprised of in this world, right? So it's that reverse polarity that scares Poochie, because he's like, that's what stops me. That's the shit, right? And of course, it's also because apparently Weather Report is way fucking stronger than we. I can't even wrap my fucking mind around Weather Report being stronger than he already is. But back to the original point I was making is that now that is there two now? Is there two? No. There's not. There's just Poochie still has, because Poochie still has Weather Report's disc. Versus got that disc from a memory. So there's technically two out there now. I don't think we'll do anything with that, but they're technically there. There's two of them bitches out there now. Point being though, I totally see why Poochie is so afraid of Weather Report, because if he is like actually stronger than what if he's actually stronger than what he's been showing, one, that could, I don't know what he does, but that could easily, most likely, dirt Poochie and anybody else that tries to stop him, or anybody else that tries to stop Weather Report, I mean. And also, simply because Weather Report is who he is and his fate is what it is, he's not somebody that Poochie wants to hang around, I'll say that. So yeah, really fucking cool shit. I mean, I can't even imagine. I can't even, I don't know what there is to say, because I can't even imagine a stronger Weather Report. But really cool shit. Really liked the this fight, and like how underlyingly methodical it was to turn yourself into nesting dolls and shit like that. But also getting a bit of a hint into what the fuck Weather Report actually is, or how strong he actually is fucking insane. For Poochie specifically this episode, he was doing a lot of backseating, and in a lot of ways, Poochie kind of serves right now as just like I want to say an announcer, like a commentator, because Poochie isn't really looking to fight anybody right now. I don't think he's looking to fight anybody anytime soon, because he doesn't have to, right? Outside of like Weather Report, Poochie feels like he's got all of this in the bag, and it kind of shows in like his dialogue, having him like kind of, you know, explain to people, hey, this is how you're about to lose, because like you obviously you didn't factor in this and blah blah blah. Is all really cool, but outside of just that, I like that Poochie is explaining to people in very simple terms, like, you lost not because like this person was stronger or anything like that. I like how the idea of strength or anything like that has been thrown out for a lot of characters. It's not really that, oh, this person would just had a better stand, or like this person like used their stand in a more innovative way than you. And in a lot of ways it could be, right? Because yeah, the way that Jolene used her stand in a lot of ways that Hermes used her stand was very innovative. Like it was, yeah, that was really cool. But what it really came down to is that no, their gravitational pull to me was stronger than yours. So when you got in the way of them coming to me, and then, you know, in a lot of ways, like, he sees himself as the shepherd to the end, and so it's gonna happen. He doesn't care about anything else. It's gonna happen in his mind. It's gonna happen. Don't care. You know what I'm saying? So the way he sees is that with versus being an obstacle, or in, as we explained it, or as we said it before, a stepping stone to what this end is going to be. It wasn't that you weren't strong enough. It's just that these people, their force, their gravitational force was stronger. Therefore, whatever obstacle was in their way, they were obviously just going to crush it and go, like, just go straight through it. So I really like the idea of, like, this gravity being more important than strength or smarts or anything else, because now we're getting into, like, an end game that I don't see a lot of shows get into, which is, like, we are so close to the end. I don't mean just like the show, but we are so close to the end of everything that a lot of very human things that we value, like strength, smarts, speed, agility, all this other stuff, does not matter. We're throwing all that to the side, or, you know, to the wayside, because none of it matters at the moment, right? You know, a couple episodes ago, Jolene, like, kind of explained it, or kind of said the same thing, like, none of this matters, right? Like, a lot of this is not going to matter soon. So I like that the show, not only is the show explaining to the viewer, like, hey, fate is a very important thing, and we're getting into, like, the nitty-gritty, the meat and potatoes, the main course of what fate has to offer. And now that fate is such a real thing, everything else pales in comparison. Back in, like, Jesus fucking Christ, like, parts 1 through 5, it was always like, and fate still played a pretty big role in the show, but it wasn't as important, it wasn't as in the forefront as it is now. So that was back in the days where we did actually think, like, hey, you know, maybe if Jonathan got stronger or learned a couple techniques or something to that effect, maybe he could beat Dio, or, like, if he learned this, then he can beat the Lost Warrior guy, or if Joseph learned or got better with his Hamon, like, he could defeat the elder vampire people. I don't remember what they were. You know, even when we actually got stands, you know, it was like oh yeah, what kind of stand does he have? How do we beat that person, right? How do we outsmart these stands and stuff like that? But now with Stone Ocean, what the show does is render everything null and void. Violence doesn't matter. Like, cunning doesn't matter. It's how strong is your fate towards the end. In a lot of ways, it's how strong is your faith towards the end. This Stone Ocean has had a lot of, I don't want to say, like, biblical undertones to it, because it hasn't done too much, like, biblically, other than, like, have the main antagonist be a priest. But I like what they're doing with the idea of faith and fate in this show, and really turning the storyline and how we get towards, you know, from beginning to the middle to the end of the story, and completely changing the way we win fight, like the way we win fights, the way we progress. You know, like I said, it used to be a bevy of things, whether it was strength or anything like that, but now it's just gravity. How much gravity do you have, right? And in a lot of ways I could see how this tonal shift, I don't know if you can call it a tonal shift, because like I said, fate has always been a thing in JoJo, but I'll call it that for lack of better phrasing. But I could see how this tonal shift in JoJo's, or in the show, can signify how different the next part will be. I've said this over and over again, but it's weird that part 6 isn't the end. It's very weird that part 6, like, to me, like, it's very weird that part 6 isn't the end, because as somebody who hasn't read part 7, 8, or however far, I think somebody told me that part 9 just got announced, and like that's where they're at, right? But as somebody who doesn't understand like where JoJo is headed, this feels like the end to me. But now that we're in this part of Stone Ocean, it feels more of like the show explaining, yeah, this is the end, but things are changing, right? Like the next part will be completely different from how it is in how it has been in these first like 6 parts. I'm not saying like, oh, stands are gone, right? Because I highly doubt they get it. Stands are too good of a medium. They're too good of a tool in the storytelling to get rid of. So I doubt stands are gone. But I could see how our outlook on stands will change, right? How we handle stand fights will change. It won't just be, oh, this person has this kind of stand. It'll be more of a, I want to say philosophical look, but I feel like they'll still keep the crazy goofiness of JoJo, of course. Like, why would they get rid of that? But I feel like the way we see stands, the way we understand stands, understand stands is going to change, and that's what makes me so excited for this next, well, for the end of this show, though that's gonna suck, but also for the next iteration of whatever we get after this. Though I'm not gonna lie, I don't know if somebody said that I think somebody told me that it just won't be animated. They're like, nah, it's not gonna be animated. So did somebody comment that or something? I don't remember. So I think somebody commented that like, nah, part 7's not gonna get animated, which sucks because I don't read manga and I don't want to read manga, but dear God, I really want to see how this continues. So really good fight. I really enjoyed this episode. They did a fantastic job on just like because I can't say like, oh yeah, they did a great job adapting this fight, because what reference do I have for that? But it just feels like, yeah, they did a really good job just with how this fight flowed, and also the reveal of Weather Report. Dear God, I could talk forever about that man, because he is interesting to no end, but also I love his stand. It is probably it's tied, I want to say it's tied for first for my original favorite stand, which is Aerosmith. Aerosmith will never not be my favorite stand, and Narancia will never not be like at least like in my top 3, because that's my dog. But dear God, Weather Report, like his stand is really fucking cool. I don't know, it's so fucking cool. But yeah, this was a fantastic episode. I honestly didn't expect this episode to be so good. But here we are. The shit was hard. So with all that being said, let's see what happens. Can I say real quick? I've been saying this for like the past like 2 or 3 episodes. Can a nigga get some weather report backstory? Like, is that ever gonna happen? Because I really need that. I don't think I can survive watching this show without understanding like the nigga just got his memories back. I need to get something. Like I need something out of him getting his memories back, and now I need to, you know, now I need to know why the fuck is Poochie so afraid of him? Like, outside of the whole polarity thing, why is weather report annexed from his own brother? Why did his own brother annex him from himself, right? Why did his own brother annex his memories from himself? What personal grudges does Weather Report have against Poochie that was so fucking terrible that Poochie had to take away his memories, and when he got his memories back, Weather Report was fucking pissed. I need Weather Report backstory. ASAP, no Ferg. But yes, this was a great episode. Really enjoyed it. I'm gonna try not to watch the next episode because I really want to stick to my 1 episode a week schedule. But it's gonna be difficult because I really want to see this next episode. So, with all of that being said, if you haven't already, subscribe. I lied. Video's not over, but I'm not gonna talk your ear off. So I'm gonna be very respectful of your time. But after going back, but after putting the videos in the episode and post it and stuff like that, I remembered something that I wanted to talk about that I guess I just didn't want to wait for the next episode, because I'm probably gonna wait another week to watch this episode. But until then, I guess I could talk about this a little bit. Goes back to Weather Report. We don't see his newsstand or what it does, so there's no way I could imagine, like, we have nothing to go off of. So there's no way I could imagine or guess what exactly he's about to do. It's most likely just a stronger version of his Atmos kinesis, but what the type of what I want to talk about is the type of fear that we see from both Poochie and Versus, and why that makes me a little bit worrisome about Weather Report's like upgraded stand, because what it reminded me of, and I kept thinking that it reminded me of something, right? Weather Report's like stand awakening reminded me of something. And at first I thought it was from like another anime. I was like, oh, maybe it's just from like another anime that I'm not like really remembering all too well. But then it hit me like maybe 5 minutes ago, and I was like, is that enough to really like continue talking about? Maybe, I don't know. But what it reminds me of is in part 5, when we first got what's his name? Fuck, what is his name? Was it something Requiem? Was it? Did they just call him Silver Chariot Requiem? I thought he had like an actual like special name, but it reminded me of that, right? Where like his stand like transcended into something greater. Though this is a little bit different for Weather Report, because his stand didn't really transcend. It was just that, no, this was always your stand. You just like, it was just nerfed at some point. But the fear that was around it is what reminded me of that. Why I bring this up is that the type of fear that we see from Poochie, and us like continuing to say like, Oh, it's Poo. I want to call him Poochie now that I know that he's also Poochie. But the type of fear that Poochie has for Weather Report is the type of fear that's somebody would have for for somebody that has like a hard counter. In a lot of ways, I don't think that Weather Report has like a hard counter for his new stand, because his new stand is just it is a new stand that is probably going to do some shit that Weather Report cannot really fuck with. But if it's a hard if it's a hard counter, or if it's not a hard counter but like a departure from what we know Poochie to be, if fate has some sort of like say so on what a person's stand is, and if a person's stand is basically the faith that they hold and stuff. We're not, like I said, I'm going to be very, very appropriate with your time, but point being is that whatever Weather Report's power is more of a departure from Poochie, because of the whole yin and yang thing. Now, Poochie is all about transcending. He is all about his plan is heaven. Like, that is his plan. He wants to transcend the world, you know, create the ultimate cycle that creates ultimate happiness and all that good stuff. But if Weather Report is to be this opposite of Poochie in his fate, then Weather Report would be something a little bit different. There is no ascension in his power. I would assume, at least, that there is no ascension in it. No, that's a lie, because that nigga definitely ascended. But just him, he ascended, right? Whereas Weather Report, I feel like, would be where Poochie would be, let's bring people to heaven. Weather Report's transcendent power would be something a little bit more of, no, let's pull them back down, right? Where it's not as it's not as much of a combat stand, like where like, oh, he's just more powerful and now he make more powerful storms or some shit like that. No, Weather Report's stand seems to be transcending in the same way that Requiem transcended. And since since Weather Report kind of runs parallel with his brother, what am I trying to say? Weather Report's stand seems to be more of a genjutsu than a regular jutsu. I feel like that's stupid, because only like Naruto fans are going to understand. But if you are a Naruto fan and you get what I'm saying, appreciate you. But Weather Report seems to be headed towards more of a genjutsu than a regular jutsu, because for Poochie to be all about the transcending the physical form in your soul and stuff, to go to heaven and stuff like that, Weather Report would have to be, no, bring you back down to the real world, and this is what it's all about. You know what I'm saying? This is exactly what it's all about, right? But I you know, I don't even know why I did this. This is stupid. But I just had to get that out, because his Weather Report seems to be gearing up to do something on a more, not global scale, but he seems to be gearing up to do something more of an AoE attack than just like, oh shit. And I mean, Weather Report's attacks have always been more AoE than anything, but he seems to be like, oh shit, I'm gearing up to do some real shit, because even versus like, oh, it's the rainbows. The rainbows are are the devil. They're the devil's rainbow or something like that. Which also probably means that you can't touch them or you can't look at them or something like that. But I basically just continued on this discussion because I wanted to talk more about Weather Report. But it's just, I say all this to say that Weather Report's new transcendence for some reason isn't sitting well with me. It seems like it's going off the beaten path the same way that that Requiem kind of went off the beaten path. I don't know, you know, that's why I say, like, it's more of a genjutsu than like a regular jutsu, like a tai jutsu or something like that, where we're like, I guess I'll explain for the people that haven't seen Naruto, where like a regular jutsu or like taijutsu would just be like fighting or something like that, and like a regular jutsu would be like, oh, I can make shadow clones or something like that. Genjutsus are a little bit of a departure from that, where it's like, no, you do none of those things, but they're more like illusions and stuff like that, which would be like, for me at least, would be like a hard turn, a hard departure from what Pucci has in store with his fate and gravitational pull and like what his plan is. It just seems like the appropriate turn for somebody like Weather Report, who seems to be more of a you know, keep people here, keep people like you know, on, you know, drag people down from heaven on earth and stuff like that. I don't know. This rant was probably a mistake, but I'm keeping it in. I'm keeping, even though I definitely could just like not put this in. But no, I'm keeping it. I'm keeping it in. Fuck it. If I sound like an idiot, then I guess that's more entertainment for people, and then I can sound like an idiot on camera. But yeah, all that to say, Weather Report, really cool. Had to add in that 10 minutes of rambling, sorry, but yeah, cool stuff. Sorry, had to add that. And with all that being said, you know, as always, y'all stay amazing. Oh, off button, hang on, sorry. Stay amazing, stay safe, and take care of yourselves.